Yo, what's up guys? Today we have a live game from my stream where you can kind of see me making the plan throughout the game of exactly what I want to do and kind of just what my planning looks like in the early and mid game as a jungler. So if you guys are interested in more content like this, like, subscribe, that type of thing. If you want coaching from me, a rank 1 player, just DM me on Discord, Talon1169, or through the link in the description, and let's get right into the video. I'll lose to Ezreal, and I think it's Veigar support. Honestly, I think that Ezreal Veigar would win that matchup. Top lane, Garen has prio into Camille until first item, but Camille does win the matchup later, but it's hard to gank initially. I think Veigar lane is probably the lane to try to gank, realistically. But I mean, I think Bwipo and Inspired are super funny. So like, I think seeing them win is not at all a bad thing. And Inspired is like best jungler in the West. So I mean, like, that guy is pretty insane. They're all started the same side of me. I will be much slower on this clear. So like, with that in mind, and the fact that I probably won't have a lot of prio, probably kind of like a slow early game looking for counter ganks. We do scale extremely well, so I don't have to do an insane amount. I can be rather reactive, but depends on what we see end up happening. Because I mean, my Kessen's actually winning the trades. My top laner is also winning his trades. Bot laner in a chill spot. Top lane's actually hard winning his trades. I mean, this could mean one thing, like, he could put himself in a position where I can level 5 gank, but a likely realistic thing is the recall happens before that, but I could put myself in a position where I want to try to get there, which would mean I clear this camp and then I immediately recall. The problem is the enemy jungle's there and my team's kind of pushed forward, but if my passive's active on that guy, I'm kind of fine with just recalling and going there right away.
On my way. On my way. Danger.
Because what this does is it means that I get to be opposite of the enemy jungle, which is good for me because his clear speed's faster, so he'd be a higher level. So I'd rather look for an angle like this, because the enemy will likely try to contest the thing. Yeah, he's going to contest it, so. Yeah. That was just kind of really good jungle pathing by me, leading to quite a nice situation. His Krugs actually will spawn in a couple seconds if they're not already up. Okay, they were. Since we knew he started Krugs, you'll clear Krugs around 30 seconds. It takes 150 to respawn, so it'll spawn around 220, and it was 224, so I knew like that timer means that I have a camp up from him. So, really good jungle tracking this game, and general planning led to a solid situation. Unfortunately, my bot lane do get screwed over because they weren't aware of my pings and weren't tracking jungle like I was. So that's unfortunate, but I do think this situation is nice. Nocturne used ult, probably will be up in about 30 seconds, I'd assume. No exact cooldown though. He's on top side now at this point, but he'll notice the camp is gone, which means he could go faster back to blue side, potentially for another gank there. But my bot lane actually aren't doing bad still. It's just their jungle who kind of got, pretty strong off that, but I think the realistic thing here right now is the Trinity Force clear. So like, I just clear for Trinity, because I don't see a lot of really things happening here. Camille's pretty self-sufficient. She has E-Flash and ult. She shouldn't die to a gank. My bot lane are a pretty safe bot lane. Aston's pretty hard to gank, so I don't see a lot happening at this point without like a lot of mistakes. And that's obviously possible. Like my teammates both walking into Veigar cage, for example. That's something that could have happened. It did happen. And so they got killed. Never really know what's going to happen. Again, it shouldn't really be physically possible, but sometimes people push boundaries. And not much we do about that. Don't really need to worry. I mean, Ezreal has no flash. Which is something to keep in mind But I mean, I'm pretty much gonna play around my Camille. I mean, Camille hard wins this matchup into Garen if she has a lead like this, so that's really the kind of concern here at this point is play around that. And Morgana Jinx are a relatively safe bot lane, and their gold is fine, even though they're kind of seeming to be pretty bad. So, and everything is pretty fine. Kassadin's actually winning lane, pretty nice. Kassadin's flash, Camille's flash. Garen did not flash, so he still has it as well. At that point, bot lane is kind of what it is. So I'll just accept my bot lane might go down. Like if I'm Nocturne, I might look for an ult there. But for me, I'd rather accelerate the scaling side of my map that's doing well. It makes sense to me. I will do that. We can. This to me is a bit too much. Yeah, we don't really get that much from that. Actually, maybe we do. Okay, I lied. Good ult. Thought it was bad. It was good. Stream crash? No. Yeah, you guys. I'm good, right? Yeah. Getting first turret top side. He's gonna dive there. I'm gonna play for leads elsewhere. My bot laner kind of just my sacrifice here.
Bottom turret is under attack. Turret lost.
Yeah, the gold's good overall. Dead sacrifice, they are. No lag, no crash. Cool, cool. We got multiple scaling champs strong already at this point.
On my way.
Their jungler will go top side. Again, Camille's hard to gank.
On my way.
Might actually look for that.
Slain. Ally slain. Double kill. Killing spree. Enemy slain.
Yeah, now we can play for bot turret.
Under attack.
Wouldn't take that if I were them. They wouldn't have been the sacrifice if they laned well. So that's on them, bro. And besides, their gold is perfectly fine.
Top turret is under attack. Ally slain. You have slain an enemy.
That works. Farm our red side then. They have 2 AP champions, so I'll go armor boots into Wit's End. I think that's fine. We're in a pretty comfortable spot here. Org's just taking that blue. Would you live if you fear sooner? There was a chance.
Top turret is under attack.
I think it's fine. That's good.
Danger.
Go back to farming though. Not much to do. At this point, top and mid are killed, so bot's kind of the main turret that we want to try to get, and I'm about to clear these camps as well.
On my way.
So then I'm going to want to spend my next minute on the bottom lane, since dragon's spawning anyway. Died. I don't think I can do here.
Under attack.
I don't really need overforce. We're in a good spot.
On my way.
I don't have ult, so I don't really want to force. So yeah, I mean, I'm hitting 2 items. I can hit Gargoyle here as well. They don't have anti-shield. So my Camille's not covering top though, so I'm gonna end up covering a top wave because I have a minute till dragon, so I'd rather just make sure this lane's pushed out before
On my way.
dragon. That's really my main concern. I'm assuming he didn't ult here because his camps aren't up there. Pretty sure I can ult him and kill. Yeah. So I'm just gonna end up getting these lanes pushed. Yeah, and I'm prepping for a dragon. Their deaths there are unfortunate, but they will be respawning by dragons, so not like a life or death type of thing. And my team is pretty strong, so like, you know, they end up actually winning it, so it's like even better. But yeah, the main concern was like set up on top side for drag. Because if I get topside pushing, they can't threaten turrets, and they're behind, so they're going to kind of want to play for turrets more so than playing for that. Then now I'm here 15 seconds beforehand, so I can also play for this turret now at this point. So like, let's say that, you know, my team didn't just hard win the fight, I'd be able to make a play for this turret if the enemy were trying to set up on topside still. Since they're not, I mean, you know, obviously I can just get a free turret now. And you can see because of my planning with the wave, Garen's kind of stuck a lot farther away, so he can't get nearly as much out of it. He may still end up getting the top turret, but you see it actually created enough time for Camille to get back there and do everything she needs to protect it. And we lose basically nothing. Which again is kind of the goal when I'm ahead like this. Now I just want to ult on the Veigar. Very educational. Glad. Now I just go farm red side. In terms of item, I'm too far from my item to like farm for all of it, so I'll just clear these two red side camps, recall, spend my gold for BF sword, then go do blue side camps. Oh, I see him fighting there, so I'll go chase. Oh, nice. Yeah, maybe. Wait, why would he do that? What the hell? Damn, that was actually more damage than I thought, though. That works. Not the cleanest, but it works. I think Camille should be able to clean that up. Yeah, everything's fine there. And so we're in a very similar situation where this time we're 1 minute beforehand before the objective. And so this time the objective's Baron. Ideally, I would be pushing that bottom lane out, but the reason I don't is because their Garen is on the wrong side. Garen should be bot side right now prepping that so that he has the push, but instead he's on top side, which is the wrong side of the map. And so I don't actually have to respond that way. Plus the wave's already pushing there, so it doesn't really matter. So instead I'm just going to try to get one more top wave, which I can tell is about to come because my wave tells me that theirs is right around here. And then getting this wave ends up getting me enough gold to get my Terminus, so I'm hitting 3 items before the Baron, which is all I really need to do. My teammates are fighting, but my W will mean I can catch up pretty quick. Recording a Warwick video? You never know. I mean, just talking through my thought process. I may make it a video if it seems like it should be one. And I'm pretty much just looking for a pick here and then go from there. And I do get stunned. I mean, I blew a flash. It's fine. Kind of deep. I don't really like how deep we go. Yeah. Trying to protect him mostly. A little risky, but it's fine. I can heal off wave. My ult's about to come up. I think I could fight this. There's a lot of people. I'm gonna have to ult out. Works. Trying to make sure they have no way to escape. Jungle's alive, that's it. I'm gonna try to go find a pick on their jungle because he might be looking for something. Can chase. Okay, we can get Baron after this. The only thing we have to be aware of is Ezreal has ult. He's respawning in 10 seconds, so I would say I should just be safe with my Q smite. Like, Ezreal doesn't do an absurd amount of damage with his ult, but he does do damage. Well, they FF'd, so okay, there's your guys' video. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make that video on how to play jungle, pretty much. I mean, we'll you know, I think that's a pretty good explanation of some of my early game planning and stuff like that. Pretty smooth game. They FF'd. They didn't want me to talk about the late game. They didn't want it to become a video, but you know, Yeah, I think it'll probably be a video. We'll see. Good game overall. We'll take it. We'll take it.